if we want to help others, also we can make Heavenly Kingdom a nice society. We got to know three things basic. First, what is the true? Second, who I am. Then, what is the true? We have to, judge, distinguish what is right or wrong. Without knowing, just blind, there is no good. First, then we have many kinds of teachings, that idea thing. So we have to know which is right or wrong. That is why we know what is the truth first. Then second thing is, I center of the truth, knowing that is myself. Then even I know myself, what the purpose of myself, to live happily. Then you have to teach what is happiness. So today, many people, they have money of everything they have. Maybe like a movie star, they have an honorable person, they have money, or the famous, everything they have. Still they're not happy. For instance, Elizabeth Taylor, she married 8 times. So divorced 7 times, that means how her life is not really happy. So many people, they have everything, but they never have had the true happiness. Why? Then we have to teach what is the purpose of human life existence, to live happily. Therefore, you do not teach what is the happiness, what is the true happiness. Not only many people, they know, they taste some kind of the happiness, but they didn't have a true happiness, perfect happiness. Also, they don't perfect happiness means the true happiness. Also, that is eternal happiness, not only lifetime. Then, if you don't have eternal happiness, always you have a fear under the death. So fleeting, empty life. Therefore, perfect happiness has to give what is true happiness. Also, eternal happiness, total happiness. So this is the entire difference, So today, usually, generally, what is happiness? Happiness is free from the scarcity, have a meaning of joy of the human birth, and live a vital and harmonious life. So, what is happiness? Liberate from poverty. So we fulfill the spiritual desire, physical desire, then we can live meaningfully, valuably. This is happiness. That's true. But we have to know more precisely, concretely, what is the true happiness. So what is then many people, they said happiness is the power or money, health, or knowledge, and the artistic life, spiritual life, love, spiritual life, Many people said that. Then I told you before, why they have honor, the money, or everything they have. Then they didn't get the true. Still, when they die, they regret their life. Why? True happiness must be based on the good human character. Missing good human character, then what the money or honor, whatever they have, is not the true happiness. So true happiness is centering true human character. This is the important thing. The good characterless happiness is not the true happiness. That is the meaning. So why we are seeking happiness? Because the human instinct and desire. Because God gave us to create, to live happily. God gave us why we are seeking happy because God created human to live happily. That is why human instinctively always desiring happiness because God created to live happily. So happiness is the human desire, just the human instinct. Instinct to mean is naturally seeking. Why naturally seeking? Only answer that created for that purpose. That is reason. So means happy life, you know what that means? Happy life, highest happy life means the highest of the heaven, heavenly life, heavenly kingdom life. So God gave us the happily that we live the heavenly life, heavenly kingdom life, everybody happy. This is the heavenly kingdom. That's the reason. Then what is the cause of unhappiness? Ignorant of the true cause of the happiness and unhappiness. So people who do not know what is the true happiness. What is the reason of the unhappiness? Why we couldn't accomplish that happiness? Is the first reason that we are we are ignorant about the human. What is the human? What is the cause of the unhappiness? That begin with ignorant about human. Human itself, we do not know human itself. Second reason is human accomplishment. Without the good character or the ability, you can't do it. Even you know what is the true happiness, the good happiness, but yourself is not perfected. So that means you can. That your perfection means that basically good character. Even you have a good character, you have not able man cannot. So you have to be good character and man on the able.
Ability, not in an external talent, but what kind of ability? You mean any kind of ability?
Well, maybe the more ability you have, the more you can accomplish.
Okay.
That the first reason, why we don't have a true happiness. That is the first reason. That means is we do not know what is the human. Second reason is what is the true happiness. The third reason, accomplishing happiness by yourself. That is why you have to man has to be good man. Also, you have to be capable man. You have to have the both. By good man, you can have a good life. But without the ability, you live poorly. So, ability makes the rich life, but without good character, you can live peacefully. So, peace and prosperity by good character and able ability. This is thing. Then last reason, that means struggling, crime and struggling. Yourself and in the society, as far as the crime and the struggling you have, you cannot. That is why you have to live, sin of crime by yourself. Not only yourself, also society. Otherwise, today many righteous men, many people, they sacrifice because, society. Therefore, happiness is overcome not only myself, also we overcome society too. Then we have to change the society too. That's both. So righteous men, they fight for the sin or the crime for society for this purpose. Then next, what the definition of the happiness? This is the important. Definition of the happiness, that is acknowledgement of the one's value, the manifest meaningful life through acknowledging of the one's valuable, meaningful life through manifesting of one's own uniqueness. So contributing your manifesting your ability, by that your meaningful existence. So the happiness for the others and manifesting happiness for the others and feel joy by satisfaction of the physical and the spiritual demand. This maybe I can explain more clearly. So happiness has, we have to fulfill the two kinds of the happiness. One kind of happiness by yourself must be happy. However, yourself happy, your family is not happy, your society is not happy, your people is not happy, people in the world is not happy, it's no good. So you are seeking two kinds of the happiness, or individual yourself happiness and the collective happiness of the others.
Mm-hmm.
So both. Then, which have to you prefer? You have to prefer everybody's happiness rather than yourself. Mm-hmm. This is called the good man or righteous man. But if you prefer yourself happiness rather than others' happiness, then you are a selfish person. That is why here, so we are live happily. This is our human purpose. But this happiness, others first rather than me. So if you prefer, yourself other than others, you're a selfish guy. We have to know here, it's very clear here. We have so happiness, in the past, righteous men said, oh, you contribute yourself, live for the happiness of others, you sacrifice yourself. Many righteous men said that. Then some selfish men said that, no, you live happily rather than others, But both they are reasonable, but you have to know very clearly. You should not sacrifice your happiness, your selfishness. You don't have to sacrifice. Mm-hmm. Just prefer the others' happiness rather than you, but you have to be happy too. However, everybody happy, society happy, you are not unhappy, is it good? It's no good. Therefore, you don't have to sacrifice your happiness. God gave selfish mind to you to live happily with others. Can you understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why, so selfish mind is nothing wrong. God gave it. God gave it to your selfish mind to live right. Can you understand that? You have a right to live happily. But before you exercise, you demand your right, you have to contribute to the other as a duty. Mm-hmm. So you have a right to live happily yourself. At the same time, you have a duty to live with others. So which goes first? The duty goes first. Without performing the duty, you have no right. This is very clear. You have to understand. Today, many democratic society, labor, the many other people, I have a right, they emphasize the rights. Mm-hmm. The neglecting, society, the duty, or the company or the workplace. No, they have to exercise their duty to the company or society first. Then you can proclaim your rights. Mm-hmm. Without performing your duty, you have no right. Here have to be very clear, otherwise we cannot have a social order. Mm-hmm. So today many people, I have rights to live happily. That is right. Mm-hmm. But before you emphasizing right, you have to perform the duty first.
Mm-hmm.
This thing. So God created, two happiness, the individual, others' happiness. So human life begin with your individuality, your knowledge, your skill, your ability, or your uniqueness to contribute to the others based on your good character. Not just manifesting your ability or your skill or anything to contribute to others, based on the truth and the beauty and love or the good character. There are some people who singing song, dancing like this, men of the good character, truthful, beautiful, lovely is beautiful. Not just a selfish, ugly do that, That when you're manifesting, always based on the good character.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why human happiness begins with manifesting your ability to others. So, however you have a talent, singing talent, or any engineering talent, any talent you have, you don't manifest it. You don't give to the others. You're already frustrated. You don't have a joy. Mm-hmm. So human joy, happiness begin with manifesting your ability, your uniqueness to the others. So based on the good character. So if you have any ability or any skill, you don't manifest it, you're frustrated, don't you think so? Mm-hmm. So without doing nothing, frustrated. Then that means giving first to the happiness to all, then others happiness to all, then they can appreciate it. They give you salary, by salary you can fulfill your physical demands. Also they thank you and love you, respect you, they admire you, the spiritual demands you fulfill. Then you giving yourself to the others, then others they give you salary and material reward or spiritual admiration, sanction. By this you can fulfill material demand and spiritual demand both. Then you can satisfy. So then it becomes joy. Joy is the element of the happiness. So how much you are happy, that by percentage of the joy, feeling the joy. 50% joyful, then 50% you are happy. You're 70% you are joyful, 70%. 100% then you are perfectly joy. Then unhappiness is that, what is that? Unhappiness means that comes from the joy becomes otherwise sad. So you are too sad, too suffering, too sad, you don't feel meaning of the existence. That's why people, they commit suicide. You know why? God created man to live joyfully, happily, but you are nothing. You have no job to nothing. You can manifest yourself to the others. At the same time, people, they don't give you any salary, no money, nobody admire you. So your meaning of no existence, no joy. That is sad. That is why you don't feel meaning of the existence. That is why they commit suicide. So that is the reason. So what is the meaning of the happiness? Also, the happiness must be not for the total of everybody, including you. Not only yourself, also for others too. That is why selfish happiness, sometimes you shame, that bother your conscience, why. That is not the true way of life. Therefore, giving first, duty first, right is after giving. Therefore, what God said that, and the Bible said that, giving is more joy rather than taking. So why, somebody invites you to dinner, well, you really appreciate it. But if you invite dinner to the others, the more you can flout yourself. Thinking, giving is more joy than receiving. That is why human life is give and take. This is not take and give. So you want everything want to go smoothly, then always, so I told you, warmly, sincerely regard others. Begin with mind, spirit, then action. You first, giving first, then act. Then automatically everything go. This is the basic principle. Then happiness for me to others. So everybody is happiness, including me. But my self-happiness usually sacrificing others. That is why you have to do duty first. Without performing a duty, no right. The more you giving, the more you can receive it. Then the more you can give, more you can receive it. This is the principle. That's why don't shame to give to others. Don't spare to yourself to the giving others. If you give as more as you can give to others. Then order of the happiness. Then what is the happiness? Fulfilling demand is one. Fulfilling demand, spiritual demand and human material demand. So our demands begin with physical demand. That physical demand by the physical instinct, basic demand. That is for the good health. So material need. That is why you no matter what you sick something you're physically you are not fulfilled then this is the basic indispensable condition. Health and eating and economical, this is the basic demand. Then however you can fill stomach, your nice thing is only material, no spiritual fulfillment. Always frustrated. So people are fulfillment of material demands at the same time spiritual demandment. Spiritual demandment, fulfill the conscientious, demand. That means the meaningful demands. That means that I want to be a good person. So also by contribution. Public contribution, and righteous life, peaceful life. People, why they want to righteous life or peaceful life or public contribution or to be a good person. By this, you have a meaningful demand. I want to meaningfully live. If you want to meaningfully live, that coming from conscientious instinct. First, material, demand is by physical instinct. But spiritual demands begin with good demand with conscientious instinct. Then however you are a good person, not only good person, you want to do something, something you want to do it. That by variable demand by rational, instinct. By your rationality developed your academic knowledge or inventing or so knowledge and the truth and study, inventing social prosperity. You can contribute to the social prosperity, By this you can have, rational, intellectual demands. Then also next, people are very artistic, existence. That is why artistic demands by emotional instinct. By this art, the beauty, and the literature, the cultural life, hobbies. So without those things, however you can eat good food, your conscience live, you something by through your intellectual skill you can contribute to society. you do not fulfill artistic, demand, emotional demand, not satisfied. That's why people like to have hobbies, cultural life, literature, the beauty of the art, they want to have that. Then, next, the love demand that artistic instinct. By artistic instinct, satisfaction of the lovely life between a wife and husband, parents, and also children and your family. This is, love is the highest, joy of the human life. Whatever organ you have, without love, you don't have a highest happy life. So highest happy life by love. Also the sympathy and compassion. Then finally, this is total happiness, that, have to happen. Not only 100 years of the happiness, eternal happiness. That is why you have to have a religious happiness. By religious happiness, you overcome the fear of the death. Then you can have a hope for the eternal happiness. That is why, perfect happiness, that means the true happiness in human character center. So the total happiness by faith in God in afterlife. That comes the religious happiness, religious instinct. Then you can have this perfect happiness, the total happiness, and the true happiness. So until today, many people, they talk about happy money or anything, very partial, but they didn't really hit what is the true happiness. So even you have a true happiness in this world, without knowing God and afterlife, you don't have eternal life. That is, you never liberate from the fear of the death. That you cannot say that total happiness. So so happiness based on the human accomplishment. Human accomplishment, truthful man. So good character, the truthful man and artistic man. So truthful man is conscientious man, public-minded and loyal, and honesty and diligent. Without the diligent, you cannot do that, diligent and lawful. Artistic man means loving, compassion, and beautiful. Then however you have a good character, by good character you can live peacefully, beautifully, lovely you can live. But you have to also, prosperity is necessary. Good life, prosperity. That prosperity coming, able man, capable man, rationally, intellectually, skillful, and also must be wise. So here, good spirit. So you have to have a good spirit always positive with confidence. This is if you want to live, always you have a positive. Never think negative thinking. You know what that means? Negative thinking is spiritual suicide. If you negatively think, no power, nothing, body is existing, but no will, no power, that means spiritual suicide. That is why, no matter what, never be, negative. So, always positive with confidence. That's also hope, desire, the hope, and also a good thinking, the idea. That this is positive thinking, That means Papa San, this age still I have, confidence and the hope. I'm full of the idea. That is why I'm very energetic. So people, they don't believe it. I accomplished everything in my lifetime, I have very big confidence. Either, so good men, then My good man is very important. That's either born as good character, the good nature, or you have the discipline. So people, when you find a good man or you're a good friend, good family, then two things. He's born as a good nature, or he disciplined man. He don't have a good nature to born. Also, he don't have the discipline. You should not, this is man, nothing useful. So you have to find a man, I don't want to say this. When I started the Education Foundation, we 100 people, we are living together. Then sometimes some people said, oh, Papa Sir, I want to live together, But always I think, he born as a good nature, originally good nature or good family or a good education or good discipline. Without a good family, in a bad family, people who raised in a bad family without discipline, that's a headache. That is a man who want to join us, we work, live together, they always see that he's in a born nature, and also how much he comes from a what family, or how much he disciplined himself. This is very important. Individual attachment is the core of the happy life. True happiness comes from the human relations through our collective society and family. So human relation is very important. This is so human relation must be a good nature or a disciplined person. Otherwise, just living. Sometimes 99% is a good person, 1% bad guy. Just one person, by the one person, sometimes suffering all people. Like little song sticking here. Song is a very small thing, but the pain, give the pain to the whole body. That is right. You have to be wise. You have to see things very good. Then next, however individually you are happy, then next your family must be happy. Then family happy based on health and economy. This you have to be very careful. Human happiness, spirit is the higher value, but this is not indispensable value. Indispensable value, basic value, this is material value. So you have to be healthy. Heaven and earth, everything you have, you are not healthy, it's good for nothing. So however you are healthy without economy, is no good. That is why economy and your health is a basic, indispensable condition for yourself and your family. So your family has to be healthy, but also at the same time, economical, you have enough to eat, clothing, things like this is indispensable. Therefore, Jesus said, you pray to the God, heavenly kingdom come on earth. At the same time, ask for bread, daily bread,
Right.
Why he, ask daily bread, without daily bread he cannot survive. That's why, this is so family, happy family life, all families must be, take care of their health. At the same time, economically, they have no worry. This is indispensable. Then next, you have to live peacefully. So peace comes from two things. One, physically you are healthy, now you have nothing worry. Also at the time, spiritually, you not bother your conscience. That is why peace comes from fulfillment of material, no worry about material. So spiritually, no worry, that is nothing bothering your conscience. These two things is the basic two conditions for the peace. Then here somebody said that, hey, you economy, you said that, so, it's very difficult. But here, you should not think any greedy economy. If you greedy economy, whole your life, you save for the time and the job and the work and all those things, That is why you live by your standard of the living. If you, that's why, based on your standard, so everybody can live, material need. Then family has to have the peace. Then based on the peace, the next what they needed, then prosperity. That is why not only basically peace without the developing, advancing, human created, developed, advancing, That is why you have a based on the peace, you have the prosperity. Then you eat not only good food, better food, better clothing, better, Then you excite. You just stay in one place. So tired of, kind of understand?
Yeah.
So people needed advancement and developing, that is what peace and prosperity. So society, you have to prosper. Same thing, family has to be prosper too. Also at the same time, artistic life, civilized life, that is abundant of the life and the convenient life. So the cultural life means the joyful life. So that's why you need, based on the peace, civilized life, abundant and the convenient life. Then based on that, the cultural life, that means the joyful life, the happy, the family enjoying. Then highest means you have to love each other. So this is family happiness. Then what is social happiness? What is social happiness? That means one yourself ability contribute for the society through your job. If you don't have a job and any workplace, anything, you have no way to contribute it. So contribution means you have to have a job. So your ability through the job, your work, you can manifest it to others. By that, you realize value of your existence in the society. So without contributing yourself to the others, you don't feel any meaningful. So society really needed me. Society really needed me because of you are really contributing. That is why your social happiness, contributing yourself to the others, by your ability, by your character, then you feel you are meaningful. I'm a really useful man in the society. Then the people in the society, they will admire you, respect you, they thank you. By that, you really feel the glorious existence. That is why your social happiness, you are meaningful, you are contributing yourself. And the people, they gloriously respect you, they love you, sing. This is the social happiness. So man has to have your individual happiness and centering family happiness. Based on the family happiness, you have to have a social happiness. The three kinds of happiness, then you will be the perfect happy man. Okay, this is my should hear that happiness.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you.
10 minutes.
Okay. So I'm going to take